Hello everyone, welcome back, and today you join us for the Hungarian Grand Prix preview. Today we do not have Mr. Owen in the house, but we will have him back on Monday for the review of the race. Today it is just me, so I don't know, maybe that's a blessing in disguise. We'll have to let you guys find out. Anyway, let's get on. So as we do, we're going to talk about all 10 teams, how they did in the last race, how I think they're going to do this race, and then we're going to do with the general kind of news of F1. So we'll start off with that, and it's this man, Sebastian Vettel, who is in a little bit of trouble actually, because unless he gets his act together, or unless he makes a really hard choice, he is not going to be in F1 next year. Racing Point have shut the door on him, Red Bull have shut the door on him, Mercedes have shut the door on them, so have Ferrari, so very unlikely he is going to get a drive next season. Yeah, that's the main kind of talk out of the paddock, to be honest, is about where is this man going to be next season. So then let's go on, and we're going to start off with the guy in the centre and to the left of him. Lewis Hamilton and Valtteri Bottas. Very good weekend from Mercedes 2 weeks ago, last week as well. Pretty dominant performance, honestly, and do I see that changing for this race? Possibly. I mean, remember, we've only been to one track this season so far, so I think Mercedes might struggle, honestly. It's very much a downforce dependent track. Not as much as the power as a Spielberg, so we will have to find out. It could suit Ferrari a little bit better, but yeah, we will have to find out. So next up then, we will go with Red Bull, and a little bit of a disappointing weekend, to be honest with you, for Alexander Albon. Yeah, just was not on the pace at all. I'm not sure if it was the balance or anything like that. Really, really sad. And Sergio Perez caught up to him and nearly took him out. Verstappen had a bit of a problem with his front wing, so yeah, take that as what you will, but very disappointing. I think Red Bull have a very good chance of winning this race, though, in Budapest. Another person who had a very disappointing race was Daniel Ricciardo, crashed out, as I said, in FP1, or sorry, no, FP2, and yeah, the Renault is having a mixed race, to be honest. Obviously now they're protesting again, the people who are just about to come up now, which is these guys, Racing Point. But oh yeah, overall, a bit of a bad day for Renault. Very much a good day at the office for Racing Point, though. I think, both cars inside the top 6, top 7, which is very, very good. But obviously now they are under protest. We're going to go a little bit more into detail about that when we get more details, and myself and Mr. Owen are going to be talking about that a little bit more when we get more news. Right, so let's move on now to Ferrari, and should we move on from? No, we won't. We'll discuss them. Very disappointing from Ferrari, to be honest with you. Last race, we've already covered that. This race, I think they could do better. I'm not sure they're going to win because they need more power, but they are bringing more upgrades, so you never know. We might be lucky. You might actually see Ferrari, I don't know, on the podium or even winning. You can always hope. Right, so we're going to talk about McLaren next, and an incredible performance in qualifying in the dry. Obviously, we had Lando Norris last 2 laps that race, absolutely brilliant. McLaren, I am a little bit concerned for them for this race, though. Not gonna lie. I think maybe they might do okay, but I think they might be slightly to the back because I think they've been lucky for the first 2 races. I'm not quite sure that's McLaren's pace fully. Okay, next we have Williams then, and honestly, George Russell looked really good in the car until he spun out and ruined his race. So I actually think Williams could be a little bit of a dark horse. Do I think they're going to get into the top 10? No. Do I think they're going to get into the top 15? Probably yes, with George Latifi not really up there yet. But I think this man could actually do something pretty well. So watch out for Williams this weekend. I think I'm going to put money on them. Right, next up then we have Haas. And, well, they still have to score a point, don't they? I mean, that is very disappointing from Haas and the team. And some drivers that really need some good performances. Gene Haas saying that he wants to commit to F1, but, like, they really need to do better. I think they could do better this time. I think, obviously it's kind of like a baby Ferrari, the Haas car, so I reckon they could do a little bit better. I think they're not going to be where McLaren are, but I think they're going to be pretty close for this weekend anyway. Right, next up we then have AlphaTauri, and Pierre Gasly had a brilliant race last week, as we said. I think actually they could do well. I mean, I don't really think that they're going to be challenging too many times for points this year, but from what I've seen so far, I'm very impressed with AlphaTauri, to be honest. Obviously, I know it is the Toro Rosso car, and that was a very good car last season. So I'm gonna put them in for a good chat. Actually, I think again, baby Red Bull. I think definitely they are in with a shout of having a very good race. Right then, next we have Alfa Romeo, and Kimi Räikkönen's star didn't actually fall off this time, but not a brilliant performance from Alfa Romeo last weekend. I reckon they could actually do a little bit better, but not much. I'm not really expecting big things. Again, baby Ferrari, but even so, I just don't think they're really going to be competitive. But again, I could be completely wrong. But yeah, I think McLaren and all them are going to have to jump on them. Right then, so then we have some track facts. For the Hungaroring, it is 4.381 kilometres long, there's 14 turns, and the race distance is 70 laps, and the lap record is by Michael Schumacher from 2004, with a 119.0. So that is it then for everyone. Thank you so much for watching. We will be back then tomorrow with some Gran Turismo for our first livery, hopefully, and we will be back on Sunday with the review. But until then, guys, goodbye. Sometimes